All right. Hello, welcome everybody. We are in qualifying 15:56 left. We're starting it right now though because we've got our first outlaps out on track. If you have been watching for the last minute or so, apologies for the quietness. I was just making sure everything was set up, but I'm here. I'm ISRL Knight. You probably know that already, and we've got Circuit of the Americas round 9 in the books. 2 races live right now, Div 3, Div 4. We're on track with Div 3 here today, and hopefully we've got a cracking race. A lot of fast drivers in Div 3, and there's only 13, but I gotta say, looking at this grid, it's the 13 fastest who showed up. So I think we're gonna have a pretty exciting race here. Of course, KTM Sweden had an awesome battle last time out, but couldn't quite get the win. But hoping to change that today. CJ Butch has had an issue already, it seems. Let's get the track map up. Let's see what happened. It's coming out of the S's right there. Yeah. CJ Bush has hit the wall. Cold tires, cold track. I don't know what that was, but his session ends early, and just like last week, I think he pushes a little too hard, a little too early in qualifying, and he gets to sit out early. Maybe, could be tactical too. I mean, maybe not the crash, but to start at the back and get that fresh tire choice on a smaller lobby like this certainly actually could be beneficial. Don't take that as it being an easy race though, because I think everybody here is going to be trying their absolute hardest. Less drivers means more chances at good points, and nobody is going to let their opponent take the advantage. On board with Bacher here, he's setting his first highlight on board literally. As he's coming through the final 2 corner. No, he's going to go pit. Not happy with that. It wasn't validated, to be fair. But personally, if it's this early in qualifying, I like to just set the lap so that I get a delta, and I know if I'm gaining or losing time. Let's go on board here with Dr. Chavapo. He's missed the last couple races, but when he was here at the start, oh my goodness, there in Div 4. Dominating. So we're going to see if Dr. Chavapo can do anything about that today, and validates that one there on one of the last S's. Quite easy to do if your car gets a little snappy, but not what you want to do if you want to have any chance at setting a time on that tire set. Boris F1 is coming down the straightaway now, and give me a second, guys. I'm just going to hop over in a little private party. I just realized I was broadcasting in the lobby. Well, they can't hear me, but apologies for the screen cutting out here. And there we go. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. It's alright. Quali still going. We're not missing too much. Boris coming to the end there and goes P4 with a 1:34.9. Let's get the lap data up, and let's get our tire details up. See what these guys are setting their lap times on. We've got, pretty straightforward, equally balanced. Sprunky's DNF'd in the time I was getting in the party. I'm not sure where that happened, or if it was intentional. Bumblebee, though, and Boris, both on the mediums, close lap times. And I think Boris is going for another one right now. Let's take a look there at his... I think it kind of looks like he's using up that ERS right now. Might be going for a second lap on the mediums. It's not that bad of an idea to go for 2 there, because sometimes the mediums really do get... Oh, that's Dr. Chavapo in the gravel, and he gets back on track. Doesn't look like he took too much damage, if at all, there. So he might be able to just salvage that set and go for a second one here. Hopefully he hasn't damaged the tires too much there with his slide. F1 Richie on an outlap right now. We're going to see what that Ferrari can do shortly. He's come through Sector 2, so we'll get to the line at some point. Free Fall. That's a man I want to watch today. Had a amazing qualifying session last week out in Bahrain, and then on the run down to Turn 1, there was wheel spin by the Aston Martin of Sprunky, which essentially made Sprunky clip that the Freefall's rear tire, sent him straight into the wall, and his race was over before turn 1. So definitely going to be looking for redemption here in Coda. Boris does go for 2 and sets a 134.2, gets ahead of Krago and a little bit closer to those soft runners. Now, the gap between the softs and the mediums is about a second, I think, around this track. So that gap there from Boris to Freefall is 1.3 seconds currently. So he is like right outside that window, and you got to keep in mind that was a second lap there on the medium tires. So was definitely a little bit of that speed scrubbed off towards the end of it, and I think he's going to be right up there, Boris. A good qualifying effort from him. Vexa Vexter, fastest sector 2. At least that's what the mini map is telling me. Looking to get that Williams a little bit further up the top 10. He won't be doing worse than 6th here, assuming his lap counts, because there's only 5 times on the boards, but there are 10 minutes left in the qualifying session. I don't have any doubt that everybody here, except for Sprunky and CJ Bush, of course, are going to get their lap times in. Vexa, that's why he probably wants to get up to the top now, get ahead of the rest, and it's going to be P6. Well, maybe not the best of laps there, but DRS open, and I don't think he's going to go for another one. He's going to have to probably go on and into the pits on a new fresh set of tires there. Softs just aren't really good for 2 in a row around here. Bacher is on a lap similarly. It looked like the pace was a little bit close to what we saw from Vexa Vexter, and maybe there was a mistake there for Vexa Vexter through this corner, and he retires from the session, actually. Well, not going to set a lap time there. He spins out, and that car is still moving, though. So that is an on-track retirement. I do hope he does not get in that Red Bull's way. He's on an outlap anyways. A beautiful white Red Bull out here in Austin today. Of course, in the game, since that the Turkish Grand Prix race weekend, I don't know how long it's staying for, but we're going to enjoy it on track here in Div 3. Div 4, of course, on our channel as well. And if you guys want to go give them some love here between quali and the race, just a quick hello, give that stream a like as well, give them some support. That'd be super appreciated. I think they have their largest grid that they've had all season there, 17 or 18 drivers over in Div 4 today, so should be quite an exciting race. 8 minutes left in qualifying, though. Richie, P3 with that lap, with 132.755. And it's a decent lap indeed there. KTM Sweden and Bacher both at the top. KTM Sweden looking strong this weekend. Let's put you on board here. Or maybe not on board, but let's follow synchros around the track as I am going to quickly take you through how the championship standings have played out. Believe Ephraim has joined the session, so we do have 14 now, which is always great. Another fast driver joining us here in Div 3. Got the Div 3 standings right over here. And yeah, it's Sprunky there. Not the best of races with the penalties and whatnot. He trails Lorenzo by 26 points. So that gap getting bigger after the Bahrain Grand Prix. Richie, though, he's managed to catch up. 148 points in P3. He's 37 behind our leader. Lorenzo with 185 at the top. You'll notice Lorenzo not in the lobby today. So expect those gaps to fall quite considerably, especially if Sprunky and Richie can get some good results. It's going to be an important weekend for them. Another man who's going to have quite the important weekend is Bacher, 147. He's 1 point behind Richie in P4, and of course 38 points behind our leader Bumblebee and KTM Sweden, the two Mercedes, P5, P6. They're separated by 2 points, 66, 68 points back from our leader. And then after that, a bit of a drop off. There's Ephraim there sneaking in P7, 109 points. In P8, Krago, 92. Synchros P9 with 82. Vexa Vexter rounding out her top 10 at 56, but he's tied with CJ Butch and Freefall just 1 point behind the pair in P12. It's Azen and Gallowa, P13, P14 with 52 points, neither in the lobby today. So that's going to change, and always Rick Boris, F1 in the Haas's, 15th, 16th, kind of blind Cozy, 17th, and Marcos Linovich, 18th. Doomsray, Dr. Travapo round out the order. Travapo, after dominating Div 4 early this season, has not gotten any points in Div 3 there. He's missed a couple races, to be fair, so not had as many opportunities to get points, but he's going to be wanting to put his name up on the board for the first time today in Div 3 for sure. We're going to keep an eye out on that Alpha Tauri throughout the race. Crago is on an in lap, I believe. Freefall is not on a lap. He's 7 seconds up on his time. Neither is Rumpel Fugly. Not a lot of guys on a lap here. I think Boris is, though. He's 7/10 down on his time in through sector 1, it seems. Oh, 2/10, sorry. And he goes wide, and he's going to bail out of that lap. So a bit of a mistake for Boris there, as he was still quite a bit up on his time, and I think maybe it's just a bit of a wiggle, and forcing him to get off the gas. He's going to go around again, and yeah, that's going to be another go. 5 minutes, though. He's got plenty of time to get around the circuit, put another lap in. Ephraim is on a lap of his own. This is going to be his first lap. He's joined the session just a little bit late, but just in time to take over that Williams and hopefully get it in the top 10 for qualifying. Sitting in P11 right now. He won't go worse than 9th, assuming he sets a lap above a 135. Vex are not going to improve, and Ephraim is usually a pretty good qualifier. Sprunky, Chavapo, CJ Butch, no times set. There's 2 DNFs, and I think Chavapo may have retired in the pits. Sorry, Vex are DNF'd as well, but it was a manual retirement on track to be investigated by the stewards after the race, I'm sure. Down that second DRS straight and the end of sector 2. We're entering the very tight, windy section of the track where downforce does matter almost as much as in the S's. Beyond that, this track is quite a fast one. A lot of near flat out or flat out turns. This one especially as we head towards the end of the lap. And penultimate corner here for Ephraim. He's just got to keep it on track. Quite easy to drift wide, and he does keep good car control through there. Bit of a tight tuck into the apex there. He's going to go wide on the exit, and that's going to be an invalidation. Now he needs to hurry up if he wants to get another lap in. It's a minute and a half around this track. He's going to get in the pits a little bit after, a little bit before the 2-minute mark. I don't think Ephraim is going to get another lap in here unless he goes for it at the end of this one here. He's invalidated both previous and current lap, and so he needs to get to the line. Hopefully he has enough fuel to do that. KTM soon letting his teammate by. Maybe a bit of a missed opportunity for the Mercs there to give each other a tow down the straightaway if KTM Sweden is just a little bit further out. You don't want to impede your teammate here through the S's. That's a lot of time lost. So good job to KTM Sweden on getting out of the way early there. Bumblebee onwards and upwards with his lap. 134.4 is what he set, but I believe he set that on the medium tire, and he did. 3 drivers still on the medium tires for their best lap. Yeah, on the softs now, though, should improve, assuming he does not go off track and make any major mistakes. And as we're going down to down the run there into the second heavy braking zone on the circuit, third, I guess you could count the entry of this corner as well. He's looking like he's on a pretty decent lap here. Another flat-out right-hander to go, and then it's 2 quick left hand bends, both one a little under 90 degrees, this one here, and then a little bit of a more acute corner after as he hits the apex and exits nicely. We saw Ephraim invalidate there. Much tighter line by Bumblebee. Goes P5 with a 133.221. Decent lap there for the Mercedes. Not quite as fast as his teammate so far, and unless he goes for another one right now, that's going to be his last lap. And you see that ERS light flashing on the back of that car. That's going to be the end of the session for Bumblebee. I'm sure he's going to be quite pleased with the third row, though. Rumpelfugly trying to improve. He's in P7 right now, but Boris, who's starting his lap right now on the soft tires, should most definitely improve, I would think. KM Synchros, sorry, is in the pits. He's coming out now. He's not going to have enough time to complete that lap. Bacher, though, with a 132.5 provisional pole at the moment for the McLaren, and he's looking strong right now as our pole setter. He's got another shot at improving his time. He's basically matching his time, 700ths up through Sector 1, and if he can just improve a little bit more, he can really solidify that grasp on pole position. If you look at the gaps right now, it's 500th between KTM Sweden and Bacher, and KTM Sweden is on a lap just ahead of him, so we're going to ride on board here with the Mercedes as tries to snatch pole position away from Bacher. Just 2 corners to go for KTM Sweden, and is he going to be able to do it? We're going to find out on the exit here. Takes a lot of curb on the inside. Lets him get a good exit, and he does take provisional pole position by 2 tenths. KTM Sweden sitting at the top right now. Bacher, though, is coming up, and he's coming fast between them. I believe that is Boris, who is coming around turn 20 right now. We're going to ride on board, though, with Bacher as he is flying through this lap. 1 more corner to go. Takes a lot of curb on the inside. Quick on the acceleration. Is it going to be? Yes! He snatches his back by 2 tenths as well. And RPM Bacher currently on pole position. Is anybody else able to set a lap here? Freefall is on one. I believe Richie might be on one as well, and he's coming towards the end of his lap. KTM Sweden is not currently setting another lap. A 10th up on Richie, but you can gain a lot of time through these last 2 corners, especially if you made a mistake previously. Oh, a bit of wheel spin on the exit. I think that's going to cost him, and that's going to be it for Richie. P3 so far. Freefall was on a lap, and he's coming around this flat out bend into turn 19, and 1 more turn 20 coming up. He's just got to nail this one. He could see himself quite a bit up the order, Freefall, if he's just gets a good exit. And yes, it's a McLaren front row lockout. Freefall goes P2, and just like last week, he's starting with clear air ahead of him. He's just gonna have to beat his teammate down the line into turn 1. Is anybody else on a lap? No, that's going to be the end of qualifying. So McLaren front row lockout here in Division 3 for round 9. It's KTM Sweden P3 right behind, and yeah, what a great lap there. Looking at the fastest lap, you'll see 132.042 for Bacher, 32.230 for Freefall, and KTM Sweden 132.324. It's very close at the front. Richie P4 then with Freefall jumping him in that last bit of qualifying. It's Ferrari P4, P6. I'm sure Rumpelfugly is going to be quite happy with that. Did a lot of time trial practice and just general practice over the course of the weekend, asking for tips, trying to improve. It looks like all that practice has definitely paid off in qualifying. We're going to see if he can just keep it together and get that result in the race, putting himself in a good position to do so, though, with a 3rd row qualifying effort. Bumblebee in the Mercedes P7 with 133.2, and Rumpelfugly is actually quite close to Boris. That could have been a P5 even. Crago 82 in 8th. That's the first and only Red Bull we have today, so let's hope he doesn't crash out. So we see that beautiful white livery throughout the race. Cam Synchros, the Portuguese man in the Aston Martin, the only driver to qualify on the medium tires. He's P9, and he's going to be taking those tires a little bit deeper into the race. Vexter, 10th with a 135.2, and that's not representative of his pace because he had an incident right after his one and only qualifying that led to a very early retirement from the session. After that, it's all the DNFs, Synchros, CJ Butch, Dr. Chavapo, and I believe there was another one in there, but it's slipping my mind at the moment. As we're loading into this race, I will take a second, go check out our YouTube comments here. Nicholas Eklund there, Eklund88, go KTM. The Swedes are coming on to cheer him again. again. RPM Spritzy, thanks for stopping by the stream to the two of you. Good luck, Bacher. F1 Richie, get in there, guys. And it's a happy Spritzy after that as Bacher gets on the top of qualifying. Taking a look here at the Division 4 qualifying, which has just finished. Looks like a pretty decent effort there. It's very close over there. A lot of guys in the 132s. Yeah, I think we've got a good race on our hands here in Div 4 as well. That's some tight qualifying results. Scarlo on pole, Michael Fures P2, Victor P3, Mike P4, Wild Dog P5, Whitson P6, Not Sir Vapor P7, Lucianok P8, Greenwell Army P9, Catastrophic P10. It's going to be a very competitive battle over there, but we've got a race on our hands in Div 3. If you are watching, thank you guys for watching. It's a pleasure to bring this event to you, and I'd like to thank our partners and sponsors there, IMB Racewear and Advanced Sim Racing, for helping us bring these events to you, giving our drivers some end-of-season prizes, and of course providing us with cool merch and ability to get some discounts on sim rigs. IMB Racewear, you probably guessed it. Some very cool merch. Gave us some champion gloves last season out, and Advanced Sim Racing, custom sim rigs there for your wheel, and all kinds of sim racing based out of Canada, those guys. So thanks to both of them for helping us bring ISRL Esports to you. And thanks for everybody who's watching. 9 viewers right now on the stream. Appreciate all of you. And if you guys want to do us a solid, if you could share this stream on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever, get some people in here. We just hit 400 subscribers last night, and looking to grow that even more. Let's see if we can hit 500 by the end of the season. That would be awesome. Yeah, if you're still listening to me spiel on and on during the formation lap, well, just give the stream a quick like as well. It always helps. Yeah. Anyways, getting to the end of the formation lap here, and yeah, beautiful McLaren 1-2 there. Nice orange livery. How cool would that be if we could get the Gulf livery in this game? Even if it was just limited time. Or even if, I don't know, get maybe Gulf McLaren for the 2022 season. I just want that livery over here. Oh, that would be nice on track, huh? Coming around the final bend there. And we're going to get our race start here. It's a dangerous turn 1, the run-up to this this track. We've had some instances here in the past. It's very easy if you blow your braking point. The way that it's uphill, it's a little bit harder to judge, and there's not much. There's not much places you can go other than right into the side pod of somebody if you're on the inside and you mess up, because it's such a tight turn to the left. But I'm sure these drivers practice. I'm sure we're not going to get any of those shenanigans today. It's Coda, the USA, round 9, getting started. It's 5 lights up, and it's lights out, and away we go here in the USA. Bacher, free fall, KTM Sweden, Richie, even at the start. Nobody getting the upper hand. It's going to be free fall and KTM Sweden going side by side. Oh, there's a Haas having a problem in the background. Looks like Boris getting a lot of oversteer out of the corner, hitting into the side of Richie. I don't think that's cost the Ferrari any places, and they're filing through the S's in the back, side by side, you see. And that's another victim. I think that's CJ Bush, who's had a spin. You can't go side by side in the S's, that's for sure. There's some 5-second illegal overtake penalties, I think, as a result of one of those spins, and Dr. Chavapo, through that chaos, has retired from this race. I think he might have been the driver who clipped wheels there with CJ Butch. Boris has no front wing and is a virtual safety car early in the race. Dr. Chavapo, another race in Div 3, and no points scored, and you gotta feel bad for that guy. He was dominating Div 4 and just not getting in the groove here in the upper division. Free Fall and Bacher, still P1, P2 as we're under VSC. And I don't know how long this one's going to be. This is certainly helping Boris out, though, as he's going to be able to basically catch up to the pack here. And hopefully not lose too much time as he takes an early pit stop. Not sure when this one's going to end, and it does right now. We're going to take the penalties out. Just want to see who exactly fell victim to that. And what am I doing here? There you go, I found it out. Oh, yeah, 4 or 5 second penalties there from Rumpelfugly, Ephraim, CJ Butch, Vex the Vexter, and Vex Vexter has had a spin. Oh, and something has happened here. Oh, what is happening? So, Vex Vexter, I believe, has had a spin. I think CJ Butch might have hit him because somebody took a penalty. And Vex the Vexter, I guess no damage. There's two 5-second penalties being handed out there for contact. That might have been under VSC maybe, which would explain the penalty, but no damage. But there were spins for both of them. So that is intriguing indeed, and a bad start to the race for some of these guys there. Some penalties unwarranted, some I'm sure were. And either way, we're going to have some long pit stops. It's the top 4 kind of running away with it at the moment. And Freefall, Bacher, KTM Sweden, Richie, actually Bumblebee's done a good job at keeping up with these guys. It didn't look that way on the mini-map, but the McLaren's darting off in the distance already. KTM Sweden is out of DRS. Side by side, though, in braking zone, it's Richie and KTM Sweden, and Richie is going to take 3rd place here. And now KTM Sweden's got to contend with his teammates. Bumblebee, chances of move down the inside, and not going to work. That space was closing a little too rapidly. Surprised he wasn't attempting one there, though. This is a good corner for a switchback, and he certainly had the opportunity, but he's going to stay behind his teammates. Some smart team racing there from the Mercedes, not to get in each other's ways too much as we head towards the end of lap 2. It's around turn 20 there. KTM Sweden certainly lost a bit of pace to Richie. Won't get DRS. It's not enabled yet, but he won't get it simply because he's over a second away. Bumblebee looking at the inside there, not going to go for it. He's falling too far back. Vex the Vexter has had more issues there through turn 17, and that's the second spin we've seen from him. Maybe that is just a bad setup. Another VSC, and has there been damage on either of these cars? Oh, yes, there has. Vex the Vexter is no front wing, and not as lucky on this spin around there. He's going to go into the pits, and he's going to have to try again. Would not be surprised if we're dealing with overheating from Vex the Vexter here, because both times we've seen him crash, or all 3 times we've seen him crash out in this session, was a near flat-out turn. And if you're overheating your tires, you're going to lose grip through those quite easily, and it's so easy to send the car around. He's going to serve that long 5-second penalty. He's going to have another one on the way out of the pits, and for the time being, this race is going to be neutralized. This is going to delay the activation of DRS by a little bit, but don't think it's going to be too big of a bother. A lot of these guys still very much bunched up. Take a look at our comments here. If you're still watching us, thank you very much. Let's go everyone except for Boris, says Marco Salinovich. Ivan says, let's go Boris, Vex, and the Doctor. Thank you guys for stopping by, watching the stream. Appreciate the support. The VSC should end shortly, and it does right then and there. I don't know how I called that, but I did, and I'll take the credit for it. It's off and away, and McLaren's, they're going to have to work together here, or are they? That's going to be a question we got to ask ourselves. 410 separate Freefall and Bacher. Now, basically, are these guys in a party right now? Are they talking to each other, or is it no team orders down in the McLaren garage today? They're certainly close to each other, and I haven't seen Freefall really chance any moves yet. So could maybe just be, testing their pace, trying to do what McLaren did in Italy this year, in real life, of course. and just, you know, hold position, because they're not losing any time to the guys behind, and this is just going to let Freefall kind of recharge his ERS. Maybe they can switch, and then Freefall gives Bakker a little bit of a tow, or maybe once DRS opens, it's going to be an all-out war in the orange and blue, and we're about to find out. Further down the grid, though, there's some more battles. We're going to keep an eye here. DRS is open, as you can see, and no move attempts there. We've got a lot of teams kind of bunched up together. Look at that. McLaren racing near each other. Mercedes racing near each other. And right behind these two, we've got the two Aston Martins that are closing ground. And Sprunky's going to get held up here. This should give Synchros an opportunity to catch up. Back to the McLarens out in front. No moves yet. I'm going to keep a close eye on these gaps here and make sure that we're not missing any important action. Doesn't look like a move, but a big close-up. Under braking by Freefall, he went from 5/10 to just 2/10 behind his teammate, and through the S's, he's going to get a lot of dirty air. Oh, what is happening here? That's Bakker in the wall. Bakker's out of the session. Oh, was there contact, or was that all on his own? I could not see, but Bakker's race is done, and the McLaren 1-2 is done, and that's it for the Dutchman. Bakker, his race ending on lap 5, Freefall is going to inherit the lead, and boy, if there was contact there, there's going to be some heated words between the teammates for sure. I have no idea. They were so close, but I don't think they were close enough. I think Bakker just lost the rear, carrying too much speed through the S's, and with his teammate right behind him like that, that's certainly easy to do. No safety car, we race on. It's a big gap in the front. It's not such a big gap right behind, though. KTM Sweden got by F1 Richie. Bumblebee has had a spin. I believe he's dropped down to 8th place just now, and he's not going to drop any further, but he might be in for a pit stop if he got damage from that. Richie still close. He's got Sprunky behind him. Big battle shaping up here for 2 of the 3 podium spots, and as Bakker leaves the session in frustration, I'm sure he's not going to be happy with how this race finished. These 3 trying to make the most of that suddenly free P2 that's just liberated itself not a lap ago. No moves through the S's unless you've got a big set of cojones on you. That's for sure. They're just going to file in there and chance a move, I think, down the straightaway. KTM Sweden starting to pull a bit of a gap, though. Maybe F1 Richie struggling with overheating. It's quite easy to do. Lap 6 on the softs with 2 VSCs. I don't think tire wear is going to come affected just yet, but maybe Richie also running less downforce. That could be what it is, as he is down the straightaway. We're going to find out here. Is he going to close that gap enough or not? Oh man, and Richie is running so much less downforce than KTM Sweden, and that explains the gap lengthening there in the S's as side by side they go. Oh, look at that opportunistic moves from Sprunky, and he just sneaks in there and takes the position. What a move there from the Aston Martin driver. As he saw the opportunity, he took it, and he follows F1 Richie right through. Sneaky man there, and Sprunky takes P3 with that one. That was brilliant, perfectly timed. Oh, that was, I was very happy to see that opportunity. I love little sneaky moves like that you don't expect. I thought there was going to be a battle shaping up in the back. Doesn't seem like it. Going to give these guys all the airtime again, as Sprunky now goes after F1 Richie, side by side into the braking zone, and Sprunky outbrakes Richie and around the outside. That's 2 in a row as Sprunky takes P2 and has got a 2.4 second gap to Freefall. Making his way through the pack, Sprunky. He had a bit of help as a couple of spins and a couple of VSCs, I'm sure gives him quite a bit of ERS, but yeah, good drive so far. Now he's just going to try to catch up to Freefall, and these two Sprunky and Freefall, they're the two that tangoed at the start of Bahrain, and Sprunky turning Freefall into the fence before turn 1. Freefall, I'm sure, not going to let Sprunky get through unimpeded. If he's not going to make his life difficult, I don't know who will. I'm sure. I'm not saying he's going to be dirty about it, don't get me wrong here. But I certainly feel like there's going to be quite a defense mounted from CRL Freefall once Sprunky, if Sprunky catches up. We're getting to lap 7 out of 28. You know what's going to happen here? We're going to see some pit stops. Marco Slinovich asking, can you show tires? Of course. Here we go. So it's sauce from everybody but Synchros, and Synchros is doing a good job keeping up with Ephraim there, and he's going to be able to go a little deeper into the race. After that, we got some more softs. Bumblebee, though, has just pit, and on the fresh rubber is for sure going to be catching up. Boris and Vexter pitting after those early incidents. On the mediums, they're going to be going quite deep into this race. Sprunky now within DRS. And Freefall, I'm sure, is starting to sweat a little bit. Got to give some props to Richie, though. He's able to keep up with Sprunky, and he's actually closed that gap from about 3 seconds to just a little under 2 to our leader. And this is actually pulling KTM Sweden in with him. And now, as Sprunky catches up to Freefall here, right at the worst time for Freefall, he's going to have to defend the entire way down the straightaway. And we're going to take up our telemetry here. Freefall, 55% barrel. Oh, use a bit more than that. Got to keep him behind. And Sprunky's using a lot more battery, though, and it's not the easiest track to recharge in. And now Freefall is going to be using that overtake, and side by side almost into the braking zone. Sprunky is just able to stay ahead of that McLaren and outbrake him. And yeah, lovely moves from Sprunky so far, as he takes 3 in the span of a couple laps and inherits the lead of the race. And Freefall, nowhere close enough to make a comeback move in the next couple of corners, but he's still very much close enough to chance a move on the next lap. Or is he going to pull a little bit of a trap card and try to go for an undercut at some point? We're going to find out. The only driver to have pit on his own there, not because of damage, I believe, is Bumblebee. Nobody else chancing a move yet. Actually, Krako has pit on the last lap, going on the mediums, but he's quite far back in the Red Bull. Don't know if that's actually going to gain him too many positions, but if there's a safety car, then certainly he could have landed himself quite a bit of a good pit strategy. We can see just how much time Sprunky is gaining compared to Freefall through the S's here. That Aston Martin certainly sticking through the corners a little bit more, getting less understeer, it seems, and that gap is going to extend. But as we hit the detection point, Freefall able to sneak back within DRS range, and he's going to get the extra power down the straightaway, the extra top speed, I should say. But a second, is that too big of a gap to overcome? I believe it is. Look, it got to 0.88, and it doesn't seem like it's going down much more than that. But Sprunky is, I think Sprunky is going to be pitting soon, because he's using a lot of overtake, and you're going to regenerate a little bit of it in the pits. So if you're planning a pit stop, especially if you're planning a pit stop at the end of that lap, it's not always a terrible idea to just use a little bit more. I don't know if I'd want to run myself dry like Sprunky's doing, though. He's well into the 10%. We saw him there at about 7% down the straightaway. And keeping an eye on this battle, because I want to see if one of them is going to dive into the pits. Not going to be this lap. But look at how quick these two are. KTM Sweden is 2.8 seconds already behind them, and I'm sure you saw it in the background. It's F1 Richie, the first man to go for the undercut. Soft tires, predicted lifespan of about 11 laps around this track. So pitting at the start of lap 10, yeah, that's exactly what you want to do if you're going to go for the undercut. Quick pit stop from the Ferrari, and onwards he goes. This is going to open up some gaps, but he's going to be coming out right behind CJ Busch. I was going to say his teammate. Actually, remember how I was saying, I don't know if the Bumblebee undercut's going to work because he's a little bit far back. Look at how close he is to Richie, and Richie's fighting for the podium. Now, Bumblebee's tires are 3 laps older. He's going to have to pit again. But are those mediums going to last 18 laps? Depending on your setup, there is a chance they don't. So could be a two-stop from Richie. Richie, though, catching up to CJ Butch on the older soft tires. Don't know exactly which set's going to have the pace advantage, but it's certainly looking to be leaning towards the Ferrari right now. Gets that gap within a second. Don't know if it was soon enough to get DRS. It's not. RPM Spritzy, Richie looking good for a podium. He is for sure. I gotta agree with you there, Spritzy, and strong pace from the Ferrari so far today. Lovely little Italian helmet as well. I just noticed that, showing his proud heritage for sure is Richie. And catching up to CJ Butch is Richie, and 4/10 is the gap as we speak. Those fresh mediums doing wonders, and CJ Butch, look at that, taking a much wider line through turn 17, and it's going to cost him. And actually, no, it's not going to cost him much. He's going to pit at the end of the lap. Good thinking on CJ Butch to pit before the damage was too high. Freefall is going to pit as well, and how close is this going to be here as we hit the braking zone? Is Richie going to be able to catch up? No, he's not. But we all know the mediums take a little bit longer to get to temperature, and what this means is that if Freefall makes any mistakes there on cold tires, Richie's going to be right behind him. Bumblebee's right behind Richie as we speak. Sprunky, KTM Sweden have not pit yet. Oh no! And you know what I was talking about when I said cold tires and mistakes? That's exactly what happened as soon as Freefall got off the camera. And that McLaren 1-2 is turned into an absolute disaster. It's turned into a nightmare for the team. No damage on Freefall, but those tires a little bit hotter, I'm sure, than they were when he came out of the pits. And Richie, Bumblebee, a little bit further up the track, and that's going to be definitely a podium for Richie here if he can just stay mistake-free, because one of the main contenders is falling quite a ways back. Through turns 15, 16. Oh no, what's happened here? KTM Sweden is out of the session. The contenders are dropping like flies. Freefall is spun. KTM Sweden is out. And just like that, we've got a safety car on lap 11 out of 28. And there you go. The victim of the worn tires. I don't know if he was trying to go to the pits and lost it off the curb, or if he just got too much wheel spin on the exit. But KTM Sweden is out of this race. Now, okay, so I was going to say this could have been bad for Sprunky. Sprunky was past the pit lane entry, but he was far enough that the safety car did not pick him up as leader, which means he's going to get a whole lap under Delta. He's going to be able to pit, and for sure, unless Synchros pits as well, I think he's going to be able to, unless Synchros doesn't pit, I think he's going to be able to maintain the lead of this race. Interesting dilemma for Synchros. He's on 11-lap old medium tires. If he pits now, his next set of mediums are going to last to the end of the race. But he can't do medium. That's an illegal strategy. So he can't do softs either. They're not going to last that long unless he two-stops it. Do you go on the hards if you're KM Synchros? Interesting thought. Don't know if he's going to go for it. Keep in mind, he is quite close to his teammate. He might lose a little bit of time on a double stack. So, yeah, if you wait, though, you're going to have to pit again. So either way, unless Synchros goes on the hards, he's in for an extra pit stop. So we're going to find out. I think both Aston Martins are going to pit here, and yes, called it right. Synchros into the pits. Everybody else seems to have pitted. Ephraim on fresh mediums. Freefall took a very good opportunity to get himself a fresh set of boots after his spin. Bumblebee on a fresh set of tires as well. Richie does not pit. And you know what? I feel like that might have been the right call. I'm not sure why Bumblebee pit there. He was on brand new tires, and I mean, there's not much of a difference between 2-lap old mediums and 0 lapple mediums. If I'm being entirely honest with you. But he does pit, and Bumblebee is gonna be P6 rather than P3. So certainly a big loss there. Can he make it up in overtakes? I think that is certainly a possibility. We're going to find out, though. We're under safety car here around COTA. Going to take a quick look at our Div 4 race, also on our channel. And, I think the stream may have crashed for them. What has happened here? Oh no, I think, yeah, looks like a glitched lobby for Div 4. So, their race, is it? What is happening here? Yeah, glitched lobby for Div 4 there. So I think their race is going to start shortly. Stream should come back up. Just gonna make sure everything's all right. Apologies for the silence, everybody. All right. I think everything's good over in Div 4. Alright, certainly looks that way. They're on the formation lap right now. I'm sure the stream will be back up shortly. And, okie dokes. This is a rather long safety car, isn't it? Lap 14 here. It's going to let everybody queue up. It's not going to do much for tire strategy. Synchro's opting for the soft, it seems, because he's gone on the soft tires, and he's going to have to pit again before the end of this race, unless he somehow pulls a miracle 13-lap stint on those bad boys, which, I gotta say, I would be very, very impressed. So we head towards the end of lap 14 here. Let's see what. Let's talk about some storylines for a second. Huh? How about that? Bumblebee P6. He's looking strong, right? Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. CJ Butch P7, pretty fast. And Freefall right ahead of him, pretty fast too. Now is Ephraim, Synchros, Richie, they got a tough task ahead of them. They've got to keep those guys behind if they want to get a chance at the podium. And Freefall Bumblebee especially, quite hungry for a podium, I would think. And don't know if you caught that little detail. Safety car, lights out, it seems. And I believe it's going to be coming in at the end of this lap. And Sprunky not giving it any room to breathe. And away he goes as we hit the restart, and Sprunky getting a solid one indeed there, just not giving that safety car any room. Going right for it, Synchros ahead of Richie into turn one. And he takes P2. Those soft tires working wonders for him. Is that going to be Ephraim behind? Also looking at a move on Richie. It definitely looked like it for a second there. Not going to have the opportunity to take it. But Synchros and Sprunky P1, P2. The Aston Martins leading the way now. And with Synchros having a pit shortly, I would say. Well, not shortly, but before the end of the race. I think F1 Richie is going to be more than happy. He's just kind of hanging out behind. If you can keep Ephraim behind him, that is, but he needs to get a gap going between him and the Williams, because without it, gonna have some problems. Oh, look at that. Synchros and Sprunky are gonna trade positions here down the straightaway. Don't know if Sprunky is entirely okay with that, but his teammate on Sauce could have planned it there. Just say, okay, go off. I know you gotta pit again. I won't hold you back if you don't hold me back. And then once you pit, you're not gonna get held up. You can get a better track position. If that's the case, great teamwork there from the Aston Martin guys. Richie doing a good job staying close behind there. 710's behind Sprunky. We've got a yellow flag, and that's Vex the Vexer again. Nudge not having a good time around this circuit, it seems. Taking a look at our YouTube, I'm seeing some comments here. Just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything super duper important. Oh, Bacher coming in. Sorry for crashing, boys. I let my fans down. And Marko Selinovic and Spritzy with a little bit of good banter there. We expected that. And Bacher is very unfortunate, but a great qualifying effort, great start of the race there, and I was looking very much forward to that battle and the little bit that we got between you and your teammate. Ephraim and F1 Richie still close. Look at that behind. Freefall and Bumblebee are going to be swapping positions down the straightaway, or are they? As Freefall ducks down and takes some slipstream back, not going to be able to go and send one. He's going to have to maintain P6, but he's going to get a good exit here. If he can just stay close, I think he might be able to go for a move into this left-hander. Okay, got a bit of wheel spin, and I think that's going to cost him the opportunity there. It's pretty easy to just send one there because you got to take such a wide line, so you can very easily kind of muscle your way through without making contact, of course, but just kind of having the positioning. Even if you don't have a great line, you get your car in there, you get the corner, and then you can challenge them into the flat-out right-hander that follows it. Free fall, though, a little too far back to make that happen. The Aston Martins are certainly getting a lead, and it's actually, it was, I don't know if you guys saw that fun little stats fact there, that the gap for Sprunky ahead and behind him was identical for a solid couple seconds there, and that doesn't always happen. It was growing and shrinking at identical intervals. I thought that was pretty neat. Through the S's, it's quite close here behind Richie. He's kind of bottlenecking the grid a little bit now that I see that. Maybe those older tires already feeling the wear a little bit. It's only 2 laps worse than Ephraim and Bumblebee, but F1 Richie, as DRS opens up, he's going to have a challenge on his hands, already trying to break the slipstream. Ephraim with DRS open, and is he going to be able to follow that Ferrari? He's going to choose the outside line, trying to outbrake Richie, and he does. Great move from Ephraim now, as Richie is going to be falling prey to Bumblebee, but a bit of a how the turntables moment, as now Richie is going to have DRS, though he could very well make a comeback. Retake that podium. For now, though, Ephraim taking P3. That's going to turn into P2 if Synchros pits. Would be very surprised to see those soft tires make it to the end, but you never know until you know. Rumpel Fugly running a solid P7. CJ Butch running P8 as well. They were able to hold on to the pack just a little bit. I think I've got Krago and Boris right behind them, and those two look quite eager to make a move here, as a lot of white cars suddenly on the grid, huh? Three of them, it seems, chasing CJ Butch. And actually, Krago is going to make a move down the inside there as CJ Bush does not get the best exit out of turn 1. Oh, a bit of a checkup as I think Krago had a moment. And yeah, CJ Bush thought of a move there, not quite enough room to make it happen. And Krago is going to keep P8. Nice little battle towards the back of the pack. And love to see the Red Bull and Alfa Romeo battle as now CJ Bush sends one. He's going to go a little bit deep, and now side by side is going to be a drag race. Which one of them got DRS? Well, it's not Krago, I'll tell you that. CJ Bush now pulls ahead, and he's going to be the man out in front as we approach the second half of lap 18. More than halfway through this race. Just gonna go make sure that Div 3 is all okay, and sorry, Div 4 is all okay, and they are indeed. Perfect. The stream is up, and it's all good. It looks like. Perfect. Well, we've got some battles on our hands, so enough of this making sure stuff. I do apologize, but I mean, I run the place, so I gotta make sure everybody's doing okay from time to time. Richie falling a bit back from Ephraim there. He's not going to be able to use DRS if he's not very close to him down the straightaway. And through the S's, we've seen some people struggle to maintain speed through here with the dirty area and maybe just different setups. We'll see if Richie is one of those. Doesn't look like it, but certainly not gaining any time there. One more heavy braking zone. I think he hit the line at the right moment. We'll see if he gets DRS. And he does. Bumblebee behind him will as well. And that gap, look at this, not going down. Is that from just using all of his overtake or what? Synchros and Sprunky trade positions ahead. Oh, but they're not done. The Aston Martin's touching wheels. No team orders down in the garage and still side by side. There you go. That's the move I was talking about. Synchros working his way down the inside, taking a much tighter line and staying ahead. What a battle there for the Aston Martin. Sprunky taking the position down the straightaway. Synchros saying, I don't think so, and muscling his way past his teammate. Some hard racing there. I didn't see anything that crossed any lines. Elbows out, but just out enough to not get yourself a penalty, I would think. It's lovely to see a lot of respect given, a lot of room given, despite the wheels touching. Just two guys racing each other as hard as they can. Not over yet, though. Sprunky, he's definitely got more pace right now, and he's going to have the advantage of DRS once more. It's Aston Martin 1-2. They better make sure they don't make that Aston Martin double DNF. We've seen that happen between teammates before. Sprunky losing a lot of time, and Sprunky's running so much less downforce, it seems, or Synchros is just running way too much, because we've seen him lose so much time on straightaways before, and Sprunky is seemingly very fast on them today. Onto the straightaway though, yeah, 7/10 is the gap, and let's look at Sprunky from the rear wing of our leader. Is he going to catch up? Looking like it, but is he going to catch up enough? I don't think so. Whoa, you saw that looking in the inside at the end. A bit of a lockup from Synchros, and those tires 6 laps old. Well, if he's going to race this hard for the lead, it's hard to think he's considering a pit stop, because if he was going to pit again, I think he'd just have pit. And I think he's going to be trying to pull 12 laps on these softs. If he does, he gets a podium out of it. Oh my goodness, that's going to be quite the strategy, quite the drive. Still a lot of race to go though, and those tires could fall off a cliff at a moment's notice. Further down the grid, Bumblebee has gotten past Richie. Ferrari down to P5, Freefall P6, P7 for Rumpelfuck. He's doing a good job keeping up. And that Rebel of Krago falling victim to Boris. And Boris, actually, as we speak, getting the move done on CJ Butch, or at least I thought they're still fighting in the back, but I want to keep an eye out on our leaders here. Actually, I don't think they're going to have a go anytime soon. Let's take a look here. The battle at the back, a battle for the top 10. I guess it's a battle for P8, technically. And Boris and CJ Butch trading positions down the straightaway. CJ Butch holding the lead for now, though. Synchros, is much closer this time. And look at Sprunky. Down he goes. And Synchros going to have another opportunity. We saw him do it here. And all it took was a better exit out of this corner. On board with Synchros here. He's just got to nail this one. No mistakes now. Sprunky gets a better line through it, though. And is he going to send it? Wisely chose not to. Positions gained, positions lost so far this race. Our top 4 is having an amazing race. Sprunky up 11, Synchros up 7, Ephraim up 8 positions. Bumblebee up 3 as well. So CJ Butch as well up 6. Oh, big lockup from Synchros. You saw that. And he's going to lose a lot of time. He's still going to get DRS here. But unless he gets an amazing set of S's here, I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up. Actually, did catch up quite a bit there in the braking zone. And I don't like his odds. I got to be honest with you. I don't like those odds. And, yeah, good thing I didn't place any bets on him. 1.5 seconds is a gap coming out of the S's. It looks like the battle for the lead between Aston Martin is might as well be over unless there's a mistake from one of these two drivers. The battle that's not over yet, though, is this one here. It's turning into a battle for P7 as this group is catching up to Rumpelfugly in the other Ferrari. And 4 drivers now soon to be vying over a single position, I would think. DRS down the straightaway certainly helps around this track. Very, very powerful and very long DRS zone. In under half a second, yeah, you'd be hard pressed to defend that one. Lap 22 out of 28 here, getting towards the end of this Grand Prix. Division 4, because of that reset, they're on lap 8 out of 28. So when we are done, guys, if you're watching this, please go check that out and watch as well. Sprunky has lagged out of the session. And you know what I said earlier? Yeah. Might not be over because Synchros is going to take the position here. And don't mind the screen cutting out here. I'm just going to quickly try to send an invite to Sprunky, and it's not going to work. It's just going to keep telling me about some errors of some sort. Going to take the position back on his teammate. It's an AI position anyways. We'll spare him. But actually, despite the disconnect, Sprunky set the fast lap. Oh, no, I think it's just all of my notifications now all coming back at once because I hit the start button. Love your game code, Masters. It is absolutely fantastic. Looking like a very exciting race in Division 4. I know what I'm watching when this one's done. It's all right. It's not done yet, though. And like I said, we have some battles, and I missed this. I took a glance over at what was happening in the other race, and I completely missed Ephraim falling back this far. That would explain the yellow flags that I saw. And down to P8. I don't think there's any damage for Ephraim. But now he's found himself in the middle of a big battle. And not only has this promoted everybody up a spot up ahead of him, but this battle was already kind of starting to boil as before he joined the mix. And now Ephraim, let's just make sure this wasn't a pit stop here, like a planned stop. And no, yeah, old tires for Ephraim. Boris taking a penalty. Let's take a look at what the penalties look like here. And it's 6 for Boris, 3 for Craigo. Ephraim's got none. Rumpelfugly, CJ Bush, 3 each. So Ephraim is going to take the positions as it stands. Richie's got a 3-second penalty as well. Not something we see all the time from our defending champion in the Scuderia Ferrari team. But it does happen to the best of us sometimes, especially on a track like this. These guys are quite close to each other, but, oh, Boris, scaring me, Boris, with a bit of a wiggle there. Saw that at the edge of my screen, and he kept it under control. Vexer with another penalty here, far back from the grid. Not his race for sure. Oh, I hit the wrong way. That's a move down the inside by CJ Bush. Rumpelfugly not going to be happy with that one. It's a bit of a late move by CJ Bush. Now he's got Ephraim to deal with. There you go. Now the battle's heating up. I think we've hit our boiling point. Side by side, CJ Bush and Ephraim through that left-hander, and that's going to cost Ephraim another position. Boris F1 sneaks by the Williams, and this battle now certainly going to shake up. Ephraim's going to want those positions back for sure. And as we hit lap 26, oh, is he going to lose another one to Craigo? No, he's not. Richie and Sprunky have swapped positions because Sprunky is not able to get back into the session yet. Disaster for Sprunky. Through the S's, this group goes. This one's certainly not over. CJ Bush and Rumpelfugly. We saw CJ Bush try that move late. We saw Rumpelfugly successfully fend it off. Will he try again? We'll see. Straight away to go here. Lap 25 out of 28 on the board. Just 3 more to go. And CJ Bush looking to take a hold of P6, coming through turn 11 and on to the straightaway. DRS is going to open, and I think that gap is small enough. Take a look at our telemetry here on the fly down the straightaway. 3% for CJ Bush, 12% for Rumpelfugly. They're giving it all. And is CJ Bush going to concede? No, and actually I think it's going to cause Rumpelfugly to check up just a little bit there as CJ Bush was moving to rejoin the racing line. And we saw that Ferrari maybe not take the best line, not going to have the opportunity for a move here into the next one, and CJ Bush stays ahead for the time being. Ephraim has been able to get by Boris again, and as it stands, that's about it. Not catching up to Rumpelfugly. Synchros is still 2.8 seconds ahead. The problem for Synchros, though, at this point is I don't know if he's going to run into puncture territory. And you can see just how worn those softs are. Bold move from Synchros. And the worst part about these kind of moves, these kind of gambles, is that if it blows up on you, it's going to blow up on you in your face right at the end when it's too late to do anything about it. There's no more safety cars. We're on lap 26, so he's going to have to hold on and hope that the tires do as well. 3 laps. 2.5 laps, I should say, at this point. Bumblebee is catching up slightly, though, as those tires starting to fall off the cliff just a little bit. Freefall and Richie now are going to be fighting. Freefall's able to catch up and get the podium position. Richie was going to lose it regardless, I think, because of that penalty, and Freefall takes the spot. Ephraim now able to gain a position on Sprunky, but not much Sprunky could do about it because Sprunky is not in the lobby. CJ Bush now inherits P5 as that happens, and everybody gets bumped up a position as well. They're all catching up to CJ Butch, so I wonder if we're going to see any other big moves. Rumpelfugly takes another penalty there. That's not going to help his final result. And Ephraim doesn't really need to make a move because everybody ahead of him has got penalties. And how many penalties? Let's see. Enough. So if Ephraim can just catch up a tiny bit there to F4 and Richie, might be in for another one. Another position easily. The good news is for Richie, though, he's not going to lose any more because those guys are far back enough and they all have matching penalties, as it stands at least. Vex the Vexer. All right. Well, not enjoying the track as a whole, but certainly fast enough to set a fastest lap as he pits for fresh set of softs. Gets the extra point. He's P11, so he's going to take the extra point today, unless somebody can beat him in the final 2 laps here. Well, CJ Butch may be a little too far back for Rumpelfugly to catch up. Rumpelfugly doesn't look too far back for Ephraim to catch up, but it looks like that was the case regardless. Ephraim with no ERS at this point, I'm sure. Actually, no, he's managed to save up a little bit more. He had none earlier, and I was assuming that he was using it as liberally. But the fact he's got a little bit more means I think he's planning a move here, and he's going to do it on the last lap. Although if I'm Ephraim, I would just hold off because everybody ahead of you has some penalties. Last lap starting, though, as Synchros is up the run to turn 1. And you know what? I got to tune in on this battle because Bumblebee is catching up to Synchros. And those soft tires have certainly fallen off the cliff. And now it's all going to be about the last straightaway. If Synchros can just keep track position here at the end, he's going to get the win. They both have 10% battery. They both have similarly aged tires, but one of them is a soft and one of them is a medium, and the medium does tend to last just a little bit longer, I gotta say. So, half a second, and this is the gap onto the straightaway. Who is going to stay ahead at the end of it? At this point, I don't know. Bumblebee gets a bit of wheel spin. That should cost him in top line speed down the straightaway. Does cost him in terms of gap at the start of it, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. As they're zigzagging down the straightaway, Bumblebee's going to take the inside, and he's going to outbreak him and Bumblebee into the lead. Are we going to see another move by Synchros? Yes! A lovely switch back there as he grabs the inside line, and Synchros maintains the lead of this race. And on the soft tires, is he going to make that strategy work? Covers the inside. Smart defending there from Synchros. Excellent defending there from Synchros. He's just got to keep it together through here, and on old worn tires, it is not the easiest thing to do. Bumblebee catching up a little bit, chancing a move. He's going to have one more corner to go. And as he gets around it, a little bit of contact, and I think without it, Bumblebee there was trying to grab the inside line without that little bit of contact. I think he could have done it, but no, Synchros is going to hold on and win the U.S. Grand Prix by just 1/10 of a second over Bumblebee. What a race we just had. F1 Richie's going to take P4, CJ Butch P5, Ephraim P6, Rumpelfugly P7. He's going to be pleased with that one. Craigo P8 in the Red Bull, Boris P9. Maybe not the best way to follow up your debut win, but a point is a point nonetheless, and he's got more than a few with that 9th place finish. Unfortunately for Sprunky, not going to be able to hold on to the win as he was not able to get back in the lobby, but if it's any consolation, he's going to get some points regardless. I think this puts F1 Richie ahead of him in the order, though. Vexer is going to cross the line last, and, well, point is a point. He gets the fastest lap, I believe. I didn't see any other notification to say it was beaten. And Vexer able to get a little bit of a good result despite struggling with the car today. Screen's going to cut out shortly after this race director screen. I'm going to try to get the winners in here for a quick interview. We don't do it every week, but we'll do it this week. There it is, Synchros Bumblebee, Freefall, your podium, F1 Richie, CJ Butch, Ephraim, Dabone, Rumpelfugly, Craigo, Boris, and Sprunky round out the top 10. Couple of penalties came and affected the race results, but outside of penalties served in the pits throughout the race there at the start, don't think we're going to see too many of those getting taken off. Javapo Bacher, KTM Sweden with the DNFs. We saw a couple of those on stream. Unfortunate results for them. But nonetheless, great result for Synchros and Bumblebee. And what a drive from Synchros to make those soft tires last until the end. And then not only successfully stay in the lead, but retake it at the end on the final lap when everything was on the table. Lovely drive from the Portuguese. Just going to quickly send some invites here. Try to get everybody in, at least the podium in here. All right. Well, we've got Synchros in here, so as we wait for everybody else to join, can you hear me, Synchros? Perfect. I hope the stream can hear you as well. First things first, congratulations on that drive. Fantastic win. And I did not think for a second that those soft tires were going to last until the end. Did you know going into that strategy that you were going to make the end, or was it kind of a we'll find out gamble?
Kind of find out gamble. The safety car was too soon, but I'm in the middle and I need to put the softs or the hards. Hards are very slow in this track.
Yeah, well, you made it work. Had to defend from Bumblebee right up until the end, including the awesome battle that you two had on the last lap. When he got past you on the straight, you were able to dive in and retake the position. How does it feel to be able to not only defend first place like that, but after all, cross the line first place? You got some good points today. Should definitely help with your season. I mean, take us through like what was going through your mind there in the final lap.
I don't know. I have no grip, zero grip, and I gonna lose the first place in the last lap. Is my mind is very complicated. I only think I gonna lose the first place in last lap, but I can defend against the Bumblebee, and I can cross the line in the first place.
You managed to do it. Congratulations. Anything that you can learn from this race, take forwards into future races, try to get maybe another win under your belt?
I will try, definitely.
Perfect.
I don't know what happened with the Sprunky.
I think he disconnected. He left the session and I couldn't invite him. It was giving me an error, and I don't think he was able to get back in the lobby, unfortunately.
It was really fast in this track.
Yeah, a bit of a.
If you don't disconnect, if it is there.
I think so as well. You guys had a great battle on top of that we caught on stream. No team orders at Aston Martin today. Congratulations on the win, Synchros. Best of luck on the rest of the season. Great race today.
Thank you.
And Bumblebee, you're in here? I'm not sure. Freefall's in here though, right?
I'm here, mate. Yep.
Hey, perfect. Well, good race today. Great qualifying from the McLaren team. Kind of maybe didn't come together like you guys had hoped after quali, but still a solid recovery drive from you. Can you take us through that race?
Yeah, it was a bit unfortunate not to get pole myself. I had a couple of mistakes in that final quali lap, and then the first stint I was just thinking I'll just stick behind Backer, let him do his thing, save up in the ERS for later on, and he had a spin through the S's, just completely lost it through the second left. So it was at that point I thought, right, this is all in me now, I need to just push for it. And yeah, Sprunky had some good pace, caught up with us quite easy. I thought I'll try for the undercut, and then a lap later, safety car came out, and of course I'm out lap. I did the brilliant thing of spinning. So
yeah, I hate to say that we were following with you when that happened, so apologies for outing you to the world that way. I gotta ask, we didn't have the best angle. It was kind of from a behind angle. We couldn't see what happened that well when Bakker spun out. Was there contact, or was that just the rear end getting loose?
Just the rear end for him. I was
Okay.
about 3 or 4 times back anyway.
Yeah, on our screen it kind of looked like you guys were close. I wasn't sure. I figured that was either just the tires cooking, or through those S's the slightest tap can make it happen. But at least there was no there won't be any fist fights in the McLaren garage today. Congratulations on your race. Great point scoring result, and should definitely help with your championship there as we enter the second half of the season. Any comments or anything you want to say about the race that you can keep going, you take forwards into the next one, or just want to make a remark about?
Yeah, good pace again. Obviously, Baku, a good result there. Decent qualifying again at Bahrain until the first 50 metres. We'll say no more about that. But yeah, looking strong, hoping to keep the podiums going, I suppose.
Perfect. And let's see. Bumblebee's in here. We'll try you again, Bumblebee, if you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. You are now. Perfect. Well, okay, before we go on to you, Freefall, I guess just one last time, congratulations, and great result. We'll see you on track next week. All right, Bumblebee, the man who almost won this race there, almost had the move signed and sealed at the end of this at the end of that one on the last lap. Weren't able to hold on. What happened in that battle with Synchros?
I knew I had only one shot to try it, and I missed braking points.
And he was able to sneak in back under you and take it back. I'm guessing. Still, after that race, I think you early pit stop as well put you on a good alternate strategy, and you were able to work your way back up through the field. Pitting under safety car again for another set of mediums proved to be the right idea. I'm pretty sure that's what you did. And at the end, you're fighting for the lead in finishing P2. I mean, you got to be happy with that race, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, are you
aiming on top 5? But I got a deja vu moment the first few laps with last season.
Yeah, a bit of a scary moment.
No, someone was in my way the first few laps.
Oh, fair enough. All right, well, it's the second half of the season. You're still pretty far up the championship order, so not going to rule anything out for you yet. Good points today, and certainly a form we haven't seen too often, but we saw a lot last season. Hopefully, we see it. From here on out, there, nice podium for you. Congratulations on that one, and I guess best of luck for the rest of this one.
Thank you, and congrats to the other.
Well, there it is, your podium interviews. Before we end the stream, I do want to say thank you to our sponsors, Advanced Sim Racing and IMB Raceware. You can look at all their links in the description below. If you go and give them some support, give us some support on the way, that'd be super appreciated. Make sure if you're still watching, give the stream a like. Thank you all for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the race. It was definitely fun to commentate. And Div 4 still racing. I think they just finished their first round of pit stops, so still in the middle of the action. Go check out that live stream on our channel. Div 2 starting in a little bit over half an hour. We'll see you there. Take care until then.